Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about mis-striking your irons due to incorrect shoulder turn. Hey guys, my name is Danny Bird. I'm a PJ professional based here at the Colbrook Golf Club in Southeast Queensland, Australia. And as I said, today's video, we're going to be looking at incorrect shoulder turn, but let's be a little bit more specific. We're actually looking at players who create a very horizontal shoulder turn. That's where we tend to see players really struggling to hit the golf ball, and especially their irons particularly well. So if you happen to be one of those players that's struggling to hit your irons as crisply as you would like, there's every chance that your shoulder turn could be a bit of a problem. But not to worry, in today's video we're going to be discussing the matchups that are required, because as for anything, there are always matchups that we can have in order to hit the golf ball well. We're going to discuss the correct movement that you need in order to, what we should be looking to do. We're going to go through and discuss the appropriate training drill, and then we're going to finally touch upon how long does the change that we'd like to make actually take. Okay, so we're going to be looking at incorrect shoulder turn, but let's be a little bit more specific. We're actually talking about players who get a little bit too much of a horizontal shoulder turn. So what we mean by that is they lack tilt in the shoulders on the way back in the backswing there, and end up with a flat shoulder. It's important to understand that this isn't an absolute deal breaker. You can still have somewhat of a horizontal rotation of shoulders in the backswing and hit the golf ball relatively well. However, you do require a few matchups to make that happen. So let's discuss the matchups that are required. Okay, so matchup number one, and this is a great angle to demonstrate this for you guys. If you happen to have too flat of a shoulder turn or too horizontal of a shoulder turn in the backswing, if we were to just work into a downswing, we're going to find ourselves having the club kind of strike halfway above the ball. So what do we do for matchup number one? We often see players lowering their knees to help get the club down to the golf ball. Now, is this functional? No. Does this reduce power? Yes. Does it require impeccable timing? Absolutely. Again, it's a matchup. If you hit enough golf balls, you can certainly make that work, but it's less than desirable. What about matchup number two that we require? Probably the most common we see amongst coaches when players have too flat of a shoulder turn, and that is excessive pushing of the left hip through the hitting area. As you'll see, that does lower the right shoulder, but we tend to see the focal point on players trying to drive their hips towards target, which then helps lower them down to get to the golf ball. Now, because they're not actively pulling the right shoulder down, it's kind of a byproduct of the left hip moving, we tend to see those players have a touch more success with ball striking should they have a flat shoulder turn. But again, it causes its own set of problems. We kind of get this reverse C motion. We get a lot of pressure and stress on the lower back, which we want to avoid if we can. So whilst it is a matchup, and it's certainly something you might have seen in like the 70s and the 80s, a lot of players moving in that direction, it's less than ideal if you want to strike the golf ball well consistently. I wouldn't be looking to have that as an ongoing movement in my golf swing. Okay, so the correct movement, as we start into our takeaway position here, our left shoulder should be feeling like it's working downwards towards the golf ball. Okay, that's as simple as that, getting the appropriate tilt in the backswing for the shoulders are. The left shoulder should feel like it's working downwards towards the golf ball. We've all seen the old practice drill where we kind of put the arms across the chest and we turn down, the butt of the club points down towards the golf ball. Guys, that is giving you the demonstration of how this left shoulder should move. We should be trying to work more downwards. Now, this can feel a little bit uncomfortable for players, especially if you've been a flat shoulder turn kind of player, especially for a long period of time. This left shoulder going down can feel a little bit awkward to start with, but man, when you get it right, it is an absolute game changer for your ball striking. So let's talk about the appropriate training drill to help incorporate this movement and make it part of your new golf swing. Okay, so let me walk through this particular training drill, and it's a really simple, easy training drill to set up. Number one, I'm going to place a golf ball onto a tee. That's really, really important here. The reason being is we're going to be working at half speed, okay? We're not trying to hit full speed shots here. We're going to be working half speed to create the feeling. Number two, we need to grab ourselves an alignment stick. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pace out approximately 1.5 meters. So I'm going to do one big step here. And then this is from where we'd be set up to the golf ball. I'm going to pace out another meter, okay? Then what I'm going to do is take my alignment stick. I'm going to position it in the ground at the same angle as my 7-iron here. Okay, so once we've got the ball on a tee and we've got the alignment stick in its appropriate spot, what we're then going to do is we're going to make a couple of practice swings where we're going to feel like we're going to get our left and right shoulder, the line of these here, to match the alignment stick that's on the ground. So this here is here for a visual aid only. It's going to be a great way for you to double check your movement and have something that you can look at and go, okay, that's what I'm trying to match up against. We're going to make a couple of practice swings with the golf club, taking a normal golf grip in golf posture. We're going to swing slowly to the top of the backswing. I might have to tilt my shoulder a little bit more there to try to get into that posture position, get that left shoulder working down towards the golf ball, create the appropriate tilt, and then slowly down and through. What we're then going to do is we're going to hit some golf balls off of a tee at slow speed. And this is important. I don't want you going full speed, because the moment I start asking players to go full speed, we're going to stand up. So we're going to have the golf ball on the tee here, get into setup position. We're going to feel like we swing to hip height and stop. We're going to go up to the top of the backswing and pause, feel like my left shoulder's going down, and then simply through, trying to catch the golf ball nice and clean. I do stress, if your golf ball's teed up a little bit too high, if you're at the driving range, you've got one of those high tees, guys, just go down the grip. The training drill itself is about getting the movement correct and a lot less about the outcome of the golf shot. Okay, so the time frame for this training is how long should it take for us to see, some serious improvement? Guys, the minimum we're looking at is about 6 to 8 weeks. And it depends on how often you're training. The more regular you're training, the more precise you're training, the better chance you've got of this movement, this left shoulder working more functionally in a short space of time. I will say though, you do want to ensure that throughout your training that we are doing a lot more slow motion work and then building up to full speed, because the moment we go back to swinging at full speed, the moment we incorporate that full speed motion, is when we tend to see players kind of fall off the wagon and go back to their old habits. So provided that your training is purposeful and precise, you should see a significant change in this left shoulder in around 6 to 8 weeks. So as always guys, I appreciate you taking time to watch today's video. I really do hope that you found today's video helpful and it's going to help you improve your iron striking and certainly make your golf swing a little bit more functional. As always, if you did like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out when my videos drop each and every week. And feel free to comment. As you've seen in previous videos, I'm more than happy to engage with any person who puts a comment on there or has a question, whether it be about today's video, whether it be about previous videos, or even if it's just about golf in general. I'll be more than happy to offer up any help that I can. Don't forget, I also have my online academy where we have courses designed to help you improve aspects of your game. We're adding courses every single month. I'm going to cover every aspect of the game. Until next time guys, happy golfing.